I want, you can probably get them. Harry and Meghan's wedding cup or spoon or something. A what?
I think that'll be easy enough to find.
It will be.
Yeah.
The wedding and the baby.
And the baby also. So William and Kate, the 3 kids.
The 3 kids.
And then Harry and Meghan and the 1 kid.
Oh, what happened to that one? Why did it fall? I knew your granny and granddad very, very well. I don't think a day passed that we didn't see each other. It was very hard for me to accept that he had gone. He had a great sense of humor. You didn't know him at all, of course. At all, you only know him. But he had a great, great sense of humor. He used to stand up at his window, his office window, and watch people going to work. And he could tell when the husband and wife had a quarrel the night before or the morning before. Oh no, he was a jolly fellow. Good to be around. He treated your grandmother like a queen.
Could you tell me about the day that Granddad died?
I was going to the hotel to swim. When he had his swim, and when he came out, there were these people there, and he was very particular. So he called, somebody called him, Michael, and it was a familiar voice. What is this?
Juice.
Juice with what, water?
I put water.
So he turned, and as he turned, they took him, put him in the car. And that was the last. The next night, or was it the same night? Early morning that we got a message to say that the driver, the guard, had told your grandma that the car was parked up on Namirembe Hill and there was a body in it.
So automatically God said it, because that's not true. Also, you can go backward. And I want to tell you something that's going to shock you. We're talking about lordship now. Now listen carefully. This is where you began. You began. You began. You began.
I am at Namirembe, but I can find no trace of you here. The cathedral standing still. Looking down at a city you haven't seen in 40 years. Your home before that night your chariot sat on a hill, a blazing beacon for all those up and down to see. A bullet in your head and body charred, killed by Dada, Big Daddy, the butcher of Uganda. So I have come to see the place your children had to leave after you died. Lives in danger and eternity seemingly spent by gloomy shores half a world away. Back to understand not just who you were and what you belong to, but who I am and what I belong to. That half of me which writhes with time. And so I move through heaving streets gripping tightly. Knuckles once white but now brown, my orange hair net itches beneath my helmet. What am I seeing that you would consider different? Firm ground becomes shaky, but as an outsider supposedly home, I try to reconcile with what I know. But ideas resonate so little with a lived experience, a journey into an uncertainty which I have always been told will be mine to inherit. Feeling west, I tried to colour outside the lines. Flat lands steeply rose, and in the near distance sat mountains and waterfalls. I sit and then lie down in old hotels and guest houses. Sometimes I stay in my room, waiting for the next day and the next. Oft weary to leave and enter into the intense. Your son had asked if I felt at home, and I expected to find the answer somewhere between here and there. But stood beneath the cascade and far from an answer, the mist strayed towards my camera. We climbed and climbed.
Are you not sweating? Are you not feeling warm?
No, bro.
You can move it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Then the foliage turned into rocks, and turned into... Before that, away from the water, the dust had caked my face and clothes. I had felt far away from what I thought I knew.
The place, it had water, and the water was electrified. Reaching here, people are already hopeless, and they would use the electrified water in order to extract information out of them. And those who survived, the electricity were put in the rooms. Eventually, they were suffocated and starved to death. Idi Amin and Obote, in a period of 11 years, they killed over 25,000 people in here.
about a girl, tall, of course.
We should take a picture and send it to your dad. Yeah. Who take it?
I can take a selfie.
Yeah. Near the plants.
First-hand accounts of your life aren't easy to find, and so I braced myself and delve into the networks your name still belongs to. And within this glass box I find a four-winged key.
Now you see this is also croton.
Sometimes I spoke to people about Uganda, stumbling over stories and tales I knew so little and eventually gave up. When you're told somewhere will become home, you wait until it does. Thinking of the how and when becomes secondary to the inevitable. So what clan are you from and village too? I didn't really know. Like so many others, you never stayed around long enough to tell me.
Is that each child is an individual. You know, you're given your own name.
But we have about 36 names and they just rotate.
36 and 7
I think so. They have not very many. Not very many.
Please tell us your Nsenene name.
Oh, Dad actually told me it. It's
He told you. You don't know.
yeah, Semenyana.
Sewanyana. You should call yourself Sewanyana. That's a nice name.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it one of the good ones?
Yes, one of the
One of
good
the
ones.
famous ones.
And this one is Wanyana.
Wanyana, so you're
Sewanyana.
Wanyana, yeah.
And you know, Nyana is like a young cow. So I don't know if that's a compliment.
Our ancestry was where cattle keepers from Ethiopia, Western Uganda, Nkole, Joro.
So you're nomads?
Yeah, until we got here. but we
So I'm an Nsenene, grasshopper, one of 53 clans or one of 56 tribes. An insect as a totem seems almost too surreal to process, but yet easier to digest than lifetimes of customs and values, and so I sought out the tangible. Visited those places where they congregate, watched as blinded by bulbs they dropped into drums. The numbers have dwindled as the season comes to an end, yet young men still heave them into plastic bags. But the insect is just that. And lurking behind it is a community, a system of values and ideas which made you and will maybe make me one day. which is why I am sat in front of my Jaja, our clan elder, in his village. His melodic speech puts me at ease within these four walls, and I am touched by a millennium of other people's actions and decisions. I want to find out who I am and what that means.
Ndi muzzukulu wa Isaya Serwanga Batambogwe. Ndi muzzukulu wa Sente za Kamunye. Ndi muzzukulu wa Bunya Kangaawo. Bunyomu Kangaawo wokuna Bunyomu Kookiro. Nva mu lunyiriri lwa Sente za Kamunye.
I stop pretending to understand, and in waiting for the low murmur of translation, I feel close to it all but distant. As swarms come in a nightly trickle, Alex tells me that sales are falling. Some say they're in crises, but others don't.
You came to Ghana making the research?
Yes.
When you said it? Do you enjoy? Have you ever tested?
No.
Now why do you make research on something you don't even test?
Because I'm in Sename. Because my daddy is Muganda. So he's in Sename. So I can't eat in Sename.
Kodu. He's Kodu.
Kugwa. Kagwa.
Huh?
Kagwa.
Kagwa. It's very funny. Kagwa.
Because when you can't talk the part and don't look the part, some chuckle. But knowing my clan does not darken the show into which I try to withdraw. You belong to something bigger than yourself, but be it emotion or action, you ended up where others did for just as trivial a crime.
Where are we going today, Charles? Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Yeah, where are we going?
We are going where we buried the grandmother.
When was the last time you came here? When was the last time you came here?
Here? Yesterday.
But before that.
2013, 14. 2014 for the time for the burial.
So many. How does it not fall over?
I'm Gun from the Glen too, but that is something else. You had never heard of it till one was pressed to your temple and suddenly my existence found itself set. So now they tell me I am Insenene, a grasshopper, Sewanyana, another name added to 5 which are soon to become 7. And at what point does it end? Which ones do I pass on to those down our line? Which do I keep to myself? I have no oral traditions, no customs, no clothes. Until now I've just wangled with my lot. The structure I come to build under myself was bleeding out, had met its match. When would your home become mine? I had to see, take a big gulp of what I was supposed to belong to, draw it right down to my insides and understand who I was here. I'd never been part of something which took its first breath far before my time, which picked itself off the ground and with arms and legs spread throughout. Echoes continue to reverberate and will when, like you and those before, I lie between a church and a school. And for the man on the ground, the grasshoppers continue to fall for now. From the moon, or who else knows where, they have finally arrived and might come again tomorrow.